welcome to BizTech on GhanaWeb TV with me, Na Oyokwoti. Stay tuned as I bring you a recap of business headlines you missed during the week, as well as a revealing interview. Now, he set foot as a banker and worked in the sector for 7 years. Now, after gaining enough experience, he ventured into the real estate world. His goal is to provide affordable homes for as many Ghanaians as possible. My colleague, Mawuli Ahorlumegah, sat with the CEO of Wood Acres Limited, Kwame Obeng Adjinah, who told us about his story. Stay tuned.
He's a young man who worked in a bank for 7 years and then suddenly decided to quit and venture into real estate to support Ghana's affordable housing sector. But before I introduce my guest for this week's edition of BizTech, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. My name is Mawuli Ahorlumegah. And so you're welcome back from that break. Today my guest is Kwame Obeng Adjinah. Kwame, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you too?
I'm doing well.
Great.
You're a banker, and then all of a sudden you quit to enter into real estate. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have to be driven by our passion. And I think real estate is something that I'm so passionate about. And that's where there are a lot of problems that needs to be resolved. So basically, that's the reason why I decided to move in from banking.
Okay. But some will argue that, okay, you're a banker, it's quite lucrative, there's a lot of money there in real estate. Is there a lot of money in real estate?
Well, if you can say there's a lot of money in banking, and bankers are looking for the real estate people to bank their monies, then you can imagine where the money is. But, I mean, for everything there is an opportunity cost.
Okay.
So yes, there was money in banking, like I was doing quite well, but I think that I can achieve a lot more with real estate.
Okay. Right. Reading a little bit about your profile, I learned you did your national service at the Ghana Home Loans.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that part of the decision for you to enter into real estate? Because I know the Ghana Home Loans, they offer money to persons who want to have mortgages and all that. Yeah. Was that part of your decision?
Well, to some extent, I'll say yes, but I actually read land economy in the KNUST, and land economy is basically real estate activities. So when I came into Ghana Home Loans, it kind of reinforced my interest in real estate. And I was directly involved in real estate because I was a collateral officer.
Okay.
And so I was seeing developments here and there, and then through that I decided to continue to build some passion into that space.
Okay.
And so you can say that Ghana Home Loans actually impacted on my decision to finally decide to move into real estate.
Okay. All right. Now let's come to your company, which is Wood Acres Limited, right? Yeah. What basically do you guys do? I know you are into real estate, but what's the core focus of the company?
Right. So Wood Acres is basically a real estate development and consulting firm. So we are into real estate development as well as consultancy services in real estate related activities. So one of our major activities is due diligence, property due diligence. We realize that when people are buying properties in Ghana, if you don't take care, you end up buying property that has been sold by the person who doesn't own it, and land litigations and all that. So we have a team that is able to do an in-depth analysis of the property you are buying, who you are buying it from, where it is, to be able to uncover every truth you need to know before you buy the property. Apart from that, we do valuation services as well, because I'm a chartered valuer.
Okay.
So we do valuations for banks, for insurance purposes, and for people. Then we also advise real estate developers to be able to carve the right niche to be able to meet the market expectation. So if you are targeting the middle class, then you need to be able to meet some price points with some kind of facilities that are supposed to be in the property. So those kind of consulting services we do. And then one of our greatest focus, which is something that I'm so passionate about, is the affordable housing, where we are looking to find innovative ways to bridge that gap. Because there's a lot of housing supply in Ghana, and most of them are towards the high end and the upper middle income. But nobody or very few people are targeting the lower middle income and then the low class, and also the informal sector. It's very difficult for them to get access to mortgage and those kind of financing. So we are coming in with a lot of innovative ideas based on years of research that we have done. Most of them, we are also picking ideas from other countries, how they've been able to resolve those things, bring them into Ghana, localize them, and be able to solve the problems.
Yeah, so you mentioned something very profound about research.
Right.
So I'm sure you've done a very extensive one before you decided to venture into this initiative.
Definitely.
What was that one key thing that you saw that perhaps surprised you and said, okay, wow, our housing sector is really in trouble, so my company will want to do this and do that?
Well, one of the things that I'm always worried about is the fact that our country has over 60% of our population being in the informal sector. But we don't have schemes available to take care of their needs when it comes to housing. Because if you go to any bank for a mortgage, you must have some 3 months pay slip, 3 months bank statement. If you are even a self-employed person, 3 years audited report, those things. But most of our people at Makola are doing very well, but they don't have the audited accounts you're talking about. A lot of the people, a lot of the population are unbanked, but they use mobile money platforms and all that. So there should be a way that we can actually assess their credit worthiness without necessarily using the traditional tools for assessing mortgage applications. So that's one of the things that we really are worried about, and we continue to research to find out how we'll be able to leverage on the available information from Momo, from the Susu people and all that, to be able to assess how they can qualify.
So I did a little research before coming to speak to you, and I noticed that most of the mortgage houses and the real estate houses are being quoted in dollars. We earn cedis here in Ghana.
Right.
What's your take on that?
Well, if I take it from a developer point of view, you realize that every business house is in to make profit. Now, if you check our currency is not that stable. It keeps fluctuating when it comes to its strength against the dollar and the other foreign currencies. So most of the real estate materials you import with hard dollar. So you have to make sure that your incomes are hedged against those kind of fluctuations. And that's why most of the people quote in dollars. It's not too wrong to do that. But in the end, the consumer is the one who suffers. So it's actually based on the macroeconomic factors that impact on our country's economy. That's why a lot of people are doing these things. But if we had a stable economy, I'm sure a lot of the people would have been quoting in cedis. Our projects, we quote in cedis.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But the Bank of Ghana also came out and gave issued a directive that we should not be quoting properties in foreign currencies and all that. Yeah. Do you think what's the thing that you think we should be able to do to solve this problem?
It's one thing issuing directives, and it's another thing trying to understand how your directive impacts on the people who are going to adhere to those directives. You understand? Because if people are not getting cheap source of funding, even from Ghana, some of these developers, they borrow from outside in dollars, and then they bring it to the country. They are paying their loans and interest in dollars. So their incomes must be hedged. So if you come up with that directive, which is a very excellent directive, then you have to also try and find ways to resolve the issues on the part of the developer, where you are putting in measures to stabilize the currency. Once the currency is stabilized and 1 cedi is equal to $5, or $5 is equal to $1 is equal to $5, 5 cedis. I see no reason why, if that is going to continue for 1 year, I would want to price in dollar.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So most recently, the land minister, the housing minister, I beg your pardon, had come up with some figures, and he said about 60% of the population would, even with government assistance, will not be able to own a home. Isn't that troubling?
Well, I'll be happy to understand the basis of that, but I think that we can be innovative about it. You get it? Elsewhere, people are using social housing schemes to be able to bridge the gap for those who are in the vulnerable bracket, the people who can afford. We are looking at what they can afford, and we are doing for them. So I don't think that a whooping 60% of our population cannot afford homes. That's very troubling. Yeah. But I don't think so. Because per my understanding of the market, I think that once you design the product to fit the income group, you will be able to get them. Those who are so vulnerable, like the very poor or the people who cannot really afford, use social housing schemes and it will work.
Okay. Yeah, so currently, Kwame, we have 2 million units of our housing deficits. We've gone past years of years. We've not been able to bridge that gap. What's your take on that, and what's your company going to do in terms of helping us bridge this deficit?
Even the 2 million is estimated, right?
Yes, it's an estimated number.
I'm hoping to see the figures after the population and housing census.
Yeah.
I believe it will be a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes. But we are targeting the side of the market where very few people are looking into going into, and that's the affordable housing segment. So with the help of the data that will come from the Ghana Statistical Service, we'll be able to find ways of designing products that fit those income groups. And then we are also happy to collaborate with government to come up with social housing schemes that will be able to take care of the very vulnerable people. We believe everybody deserves a home. It may not be one person having a home, but every household deserves a home. And we together can do it. I mean, we're a country blessed with a lot of people who are very innovative and then very passionate about how each other lives. So we should be able to come together and get something done.
Okay. All right, Kwame, I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been speaking with Kwame Obeng Adjinah, and he's a former banker who's now into real estate. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. So yeah, welcome back from that break. Kwame, it's been a very interesting conversation so far. Now I want to get into your company, which is Wood Acres Limited. I understand you are doing something for the Ghana Registered Nurses Association. Can you tell us about that?
Right, so our partnership with the Ghana Registered Nurses, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association is basically for them to have flexible ways of purchasing land and also houses. So we started last year through our partner company called Umri Projects. So we kind of got them a parcel of land, and then we started a project where people could buy on installments plans, and so far we've been able to sell to about 1,500 nurses countrywide.
Wow,
the project is in Accra, Koforidua. We also have Western Region. That's Takrade. Then we have Cape Coast. The Accra one, their site is at Ebri. Yes, between Ebri and then in Sawam.
So far you're just targeting nurses, or you're looking to help other sectors as well?
Well, our model is for groups. So we started off with the Ghana registered nurses and midwives. Other groups have contacted us. We are in the process of finalizing those deals. But yes, any group, it could even be a church group. Once you come as a group, we are able to leverage on your numbers and then be able to create something for you so that you can have access to those lands and houses, depending on what your needs are.
Yeah, so I know you mentioned a number of towns in the country. So I know pricing would vary in certain specific places, or are you keeping a specific cap for all of them because you have a partnership with the association, or it's a different price variation?
Well, they are cool prices, just that they are not the same. So I think the lowest we have is 7,000 cedis per plot. And then the highest in terms of the plots is 9,500. Then for the houses, once you buy the land, we do the houses at the same price for all of them. And then the lowest price is 92,000 cedis. That's for a one-bedroom expandable to three house. And then the highest is about 138,000 or so. Yes, for a three-bedroom house.
That's quite a lot. So you've already been able to sell 1,500, like you said.
Yeah, 1,500 lands, parcels of lands.
All right. So what's the projected figure for you?
Well, we are hoping to achieve 5,000 homes, 15,000 lands in the next 10 years.
And you'll be doing all this locally?
Yes.
So obviously we have environmental problems coming up. We have pollution in the air and all of that. What are you guys doing in terms of, the building materials, the tools and equipment and the personnel as well, to ensure that, these homes that we are building are more energy efficient, or they're not going to pollute the environment and all that?
Right. If you go to our Ebri site, we have another site called Alpha City. And the slogan for that city is inspired by nature. Yes. So we try and make sure that we don't distort the natural ecosystem we meet there. So you are likely, if you are dealing with 1,500 plots, you can imagine how big the land is. So big. So where you have some natural terrains, like hills running into valleys, we leverage on that to do our drainage system. We don't do cut and fill, so that tomorrow people's houses are flooding or landslides and all those things. So we actually look at how the natural ecosystem is, and then use that or be guided by that to plan the areas. And we make sure the natural air, the natural sun, and all that are incorporated into the designs of the buildings, as well as even the demarcations of the land.
So I also understand that you have a web portal. Which is like a one-stop shop for real estate.
That's right.
The name is Tenement.
Tenement.
Yes. What's Tenement? It sounds like a very fancy name.
Right. Tenement is actually, if you are into real estate, you know that tenement just simply means real estate. Right. So it's an app, it's a web portal, or it's a web app. So it has both the website and then also the mobile apps, where we have a marketplace. So you can sell your properties there, you can let them, you can also go there to check for properties to buy or to rent. Then we have a section for service providers. So one of the days you wake up, your door is locked, you need a carpenter, you don't know any carpenter. You can just go onto tenements, go to the carpentry section. You find a lot of carpenters listed there. Some of them may be within your locality. So you can just pick their numbers, call them, and then they will come and work on them for you. Tenement doesn't charge for that. That will be between you and then the service provider. You can rate the service provider's service after that service has been provided. So for artisans, all the artisans you can think of, all real estate related services, you can find them with professionals there, because we vet the people we sign up onto the platform. So if you're also an artisan, or you provide any real estate service, cleaning service, metal works, whatever, you can contact us. You can just go onto the portal, sign up, we'll review, and then we'll publish. And that will be there. Also, you know, when people are looking to buy properties with mortgage, it's not only one bank in Ghana that does mortgage. And people have to be working from one bank to the other. You can just go into Tenement, apply, and then we have partnered with so many of the banks. So once you apply, we review your documents, your application from here, and then we can tell which of the banks you qualify for. Your application will be submitted through our seamless platform, Tenement, and then the bank will see it. They will make you an offer through Tenement, so you don't have to go to any bank. All the banks, you can have offers from about 3 banks, all on Tenement. You choose the one that you are okay with, and then you can close your deal. So that's why it's a one-stop shop. You can start from searching the property, buying with a mortgage, and then when you are even in the property, maintaining it, getting services and all that, you can get them from Tenement.
Yeah, so obviously, we are almost wrapping up. Finances are very, very important. Have you had any government institution say, hey, we like what these guys are doing, they're moving in a very good direction, we want to support them?
Well, not yet. Maybe they are thinking about it.
But would you like that to come?
Well, I mean, if you walk alone, you only walk fast, but you don't get far. But when you work together with people, you go far. So we are open to those sort of partnerships and those sort of supports. Once they come, definitely we'll look at how they can help us move our dream to the next level, and we can achieve things, great things together.
All right.
We are okay.
Kwame, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Chief.
Yeah, so there you heard it from Kwame. He said when you walk alone, you're just alone, but when you work together, it's collective. This has been this week's edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV. I've been speaking with a former banker who is now a real estate developer. His name is Kwame Obeng Adjinah. My name is Mawuli Ahorlumegah.
Thank you, Mawuli, for this insightful interview. But up next, we have Tech Bits with Jefferson Seniaja.
Hello there, my name is Jefferson Seniaja from After Music. This week on Tech Bits, I wanted to focus on education. As you already know, we've been doing quite a lot from home, from working, studying, and even doing extra curriculum stuff. It's very important that we also look at education. And this week on Tech Bits, we're going to look at some websites that give us free resources, free online resources to any course or any educational material of our choosing. There's a website there that actually enables us to actually do a lot of DIY stuff and a lot of educational stuff. And we're going to look at it, so let's get to it. All right, so back to our drawing board. And the website today is Coursera. Coursera has been around for a few years, and it's a great learning resource or online resource platform. Coursera is spelled COURSERA.org, and it's learning without limits. A lot of people have been using these resources, and it's great for organizations, it's great for students who want to actually earn a degree or diploma or two. And it's free to sign up there. Just so you know, it's free to sign up. There's lots of available free courses, and there are paid courses too. So you just go to Coursera.org, scroll through, see what is available. It has great learning abilities. It has great learning modules. There are quizzes. You can examine yourself to see how far you've gone and see what resources are there. There are so many tons of free courses for those of you that are into marketing skills, computer skills, learning a programming language, IT support, communication skills, machine learning, business skills, whole lot of certifications that you can actually get on Coursera. So please just spend some time and have a look at it. And it also has apps, so the apps are available on Android and Apple Play Store. So just go through it and see how you can benefit from Coursera. So that's it for this week. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Up next is Biz Headlines. A Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. John Kuma, has debunked assertions that funding for government's Agenda 111 project will only come from the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. His comments come after a section of the public and the minority in Parliament raised concerns over the source of funding and the earlier announced cost for the project, which was pegged at $100 million. Kuma clarified that the GIIF will only serve as a special purpose vehicle for government to mobilize funds to commence the project, which has already started at various stages with the aim of improving healthcare delivery in the country. Government has stated that it will withdraw the entire $1 billion made available in the form of special drawing rights allocation by the International Monetary Fund to support economic recovery. According to a report, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta made the revelation indicating that the funds will go towards supporting key areas of the economy in a bid to fast-track growth. He adds that government is also considering directing some of the funds towards its ambitious Ghana Cares program. Ofori-Atta, according to the report, said the funds will also critically go towards improving revenue mobilization efforts and digitization of the economy. The Ghana Union of Traders Association has stressed that attempts to remove the benchmark value reduction of 50% on some selected imported items will adversely impact the trading community. The benchmark values are references that customs use in determining standards on imports meant for clearance at the country's ports. Reacting to the move, President of the Union, Dr. Joseph Obeng, described the attempt as suicidal on the trading community, which he says is already grappling to survive in the midst of a pandemic. He said it has come to the notice of the Ghana Union of Traders Association that the government intends to remove the 50% reduction of the benchmark value, which was introduced a few years ago, to alleviate the plight of the trading community as well as save businesses in the country from imminent collapse. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has said government plans to, by the end of October this year, introduce a mobile app to shore up its efforts in filing and collecting taxes. According to him, the move is aimed at increasing domestic revenue mobilization, tax compliance, and enforcement made easier towards the contribution of domestic revenue to the nation's GDP. Speaking at the launch of the Revenue Assurance Compliance and Enforcement Initiative in Accra, Dr. Bawumia said the Ministry of Finance and the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority is working with the Economic Management team have initiated on the mobile application. I am happy to announce that the mobile application for the simplified filing of taxes should be ready by end of October this year. The idea is to have a mobile app where an individual or enterprise will have to input just a few pieces of information and tax due will be automatically calculated for you, and you can pay on your phone and receive a receipt immediately, the Vice President explained. Sipton Switch Limited is to pay $478 million to the Bank of Ghana after the latter won an international arbitration against the former. In 2017, Sipton Switch took the Bank of Ghana to the London International Court of Arbitration over the termination of the master agreement for the Ghana retail payment systems infrastructure by the government. Also, Sipton Switch is to make a substantial payment to the bank in respect of its legal fees and costs of the arbitration, the court ruled. The Sipton Switch Limited was awarded 4.6 billion Ghana cedis contracts to enhance interoperability in mobile money transactions across telecom networks by the Bank of Ghana. That's it for BizTech this week. Thanks for sticking with us. But for more news updates, go to www.GhanaWeb.com. Also get interactive with us on all our social media platforms. We are at the GhanaWeb on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, GhanaWeb TV. My name is Na Oyokwote. Have a great weekend.